Good morning and welcome to Retalk TV. This is another episode for you guys. Uh, some of you are looking, it's warm out. Some of you are looking to purchase a house and it's your first time. And that's okay. It's great to be in that position where you're buying a home. My name is Yomara Medina. I do mortgages. So if you need to look into if you qualify or not, reach out to me and I will make sure that we take care of you. But today we're going to talk about insurance because a lot of you guys don't know, why do we need insurance? Why is it that the banks will not lend you if you don't have insurance? Homeowners insurance. You need insurance for everything in this life nowadays. You need insurance to breathe, to make sure that if you breathe on somebody else, and I don't know, I'm just kidding, but you definitely need insurance. So I have someone with us today. Her name is Lilian Rodriguez. She's been in the business for over 20 years. Great insurance agent. I highly recommend it. And we're going to ask her some questions. And let me bring her on. Lilian, how are you? You hear me?
Hi, Xiomara. How are you
How are you
today? Happy to be
doing?
here with you.
Thank you so much for coming to our show. And tell us a little bit about yourself before I start asking you questions about insurance. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, like you said, my name is Lilian Rodriguez. I've been an insurance agent for more than 20 years. I specialize in homeowners insurance, car insurance, and commercial insurance. My office is in Freeport, New York, and I am bilingual, so I can take care of Spanish speaking and English, of course. And I'm very comfortable. I love insurance.
Definitely. And I could tell. And we are actually going to do a show in Spanish right after this. So sit tight. If you don't understand English, we're going to do the Spanish version for you. Okay, so the big question, why do we need insurance?
like I was thinking before this interview, insurance is so important. It's good for everything: homeowners, car insurance, life insurance, commercial insurance. So if you're gonna buy a house, for sure you need to have your house protected, and that's why you need insurance. In case something happens, you are able to replace what you lost, basically, and you have to have it for your closing, before you close on your house. So
Yeah,
it's required.
the banks will not lend if you don't have insurance. But tell us, what's let me check my questions here. What does it protect, or how does it work? Because a lot of our first-time home buyers, they don't understand what goes on with the insurance. They just kind of pay it because they have to, but they don't understand how it works. How does it work?
One of the major purchases that we're going to do in life is our home, is our house.
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, you need to insure it to make sure that you're protected in case that if there is a fire, any losses, and it will protect your structure, your house. It will protect whatever is inside of it, your personal belongings, like your clothes, your furniture, everything inside. It also protects, and most importantly, your liability. So if you get sued by anyone, if you have there's a snowstorm and you didn't clean your sidewalk, somebody fails, and then they're going to sue you as your homeowner, you have to have proper protection. So that's when that liability part comes into play. And there is theft coverage, but
That's
those are
one thing I don't understand. When you purchase a home, you're responsible for the whole area of your home.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody falls in your house, if they just came by, it could be a friend, not so friend, and they say, they make believe or whatever. Oops, I fallen, can't get up, And they
That's right.
You need to be protected, and that's something that people don't realize, and they don't want to pay insurance in their house. And some people actually pay off their home and they have no insurance.
Exactly.
Isn't that terrible? Because it's like you're throwing your money out the window. God forbid somebody falls on your property. You don't have insurance, they could take your home.
It is
Don't do
terrible.
that. Do not do that. If you work so hard your whole life to have this asset, and anybody could come and just take it, do not. I don't recommend it to anyone. I
No,
really don't.
you can lose it in a second.
Yes, and if you have, let's say if you're investing and you have a home for investment purposes, insurance is definitely key. It's good to. It's actually said that it's good to have a mortgage on it, because if something happens, they can't sue you for the mortgage amount. They can only sue you for the equity amount.
Mm-hmm.
So in
For
that
the value.
sense, it kind of makes sense to have your money working for you, not still in a place. So tell us, what are some of the ways to structure insurance that is more beneficial for our homeowner?
Okay. You after you do your research, I would say, as a new first-time home buyer, or even as an investor too, you really have to review what is it that you're getting, because sometimes people just buy things on the internet and they don't really know insurance. So then you're going to have gaps of insurance. But the best way that you have to make sure that what you have to make sure is replace cash value.
I'm sorry, I think you froze. You said replacement cash value.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Okay, our apologies. So repeat that again for the people that didn't hear you. Replacement cash value. What does that
Right.
mean?
So you have to make sure that the property is replaceable, that the coverages on your policy is replacement cost fully. So that means is that if the house gets on fire, you're going to be paid to replace what you had. Know how much you paid for, or
Mhm.
know how much you thought that it is. Sometimes there is a different policy called cash value for the dwelling. Cash value means that they're going to pay for whatever you said. You said, I want to insure for $300,000. And the insurance says, okay, you sign here, you know.
Mhm.
So with
Yeah.
years, you know that the value goes up. And so now the house is $500,000. And then you get paid $300,000 if you lose it,
Mhm.
if it gets on fire. But if you have a full replacement cost policy, it's definitely the best way to go, because it will always adjust to the interest, to the value of the market value.
So they cap it. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say your house is worth 500,000.
Right.
You insure for 500,000, or you insure for the cost of replacement, which is probably the materials that it takes to build that structure back up, right?
It's as
299.
as an insurance expert, we have tools to use. When you give me the address, I can pull up how much is it needed to be replaced to replace that property. So you don't really have to do much if you're talking to an expert or to a person that knows what they're doing.
Mhm.
It is because we're not insuring the land; we're only insuring the dwelling, the structure. We're not insuring the land or the location or where you're buying the house. So some people say, okay, I'm buying my house for 600,000, and you're saying that I need insurance for 550. Isn't that too low? And I'm like, no, it's not about that. It's about replacement and the value of the materials to build your house. It's not about the land. It's not about the location. So we're just making sure that you're properly insured. We also send, the insurance company also sends an inspection out. So an inspector will go and measure and make sure that what I wrote on the policy is correct.
Mhm.
So it has to be replacement cost.
So how is it more beneficial for the homeowner to structure the policy? Is it more beneficial to go with the cost of replacement, or is it more beneficial to go with the full value? Because in case, let's say, okay, the house burnt, but you don't want to reconstruct. You just want to, like, you know what, I'm done. I want to buy another house. So how would you best structure it that it would benefit the homeowner?
So the policies are worded standard. Most of them are almost the same in regards to what the company is going to do. So we are insuring the home. We're not insuring whatever you want me to to say in case of a loss. You're going to say, oh no, I want to pay a cash check, and bye-bye, I'm going on vacation. That's not how it works, because it's usually a bank that is requesting the investment to be replaced. It's usually a bank. And then if you paid off the house 100% and you don't have insurance, that's on you. But if you have insurance, the insurance wants you to build again, because that's what the contract is. It's a contract because the insurance company and you, and they're just going to send you the check to rebuild again.
Okay.
So we just have to make sure that you have a replacement cost policy, basically.
Okay. And now, what is the most cost effective for the homeowner to structure their policy?
It's very important, the credit. Even though people don't think about it, insurance companies are always checking on credit. So if you have good credit and you have a fairly well kept home, like good, the roof is in good condition, you are remodeling your electric, your plumbing, all of that, they take that into consideration. But at the time of the application, they do check credit. So the best the credit, the better the price is going to be.
Now, why credit? Because I don't understand. You own the home. What's the credit got to do with it? I don't know, because they think you're going to pay the policy, not pay the policy. I don't understand that, the credit.
So they check credit for car insurance, which is a lot less, right? The insurance a lot less. The value of a car is not a big deal for insurance company. Imagine a house. They also check it. So according to the Insurance Institute, they do make their numbers, and they see that the person that doesn't have a good credit, they usually put more claims, or they don't pay on time, or then they say, okay, I'll insure you, but just to make sure, I'm going to charge you a little more.
Okay.
And the car insurance is the same thing. A car insurance, the credit is usually makes a huge difference.
It's very important. Credit is, you know how they used to say, or they still say, cash is king. Credit is king. Credit
is king. Yeah, and you're in the business of.
Yes, definitely. You get charged way more. Like, you end up paying way more. Think about it, if your credit's lower, for everything.
For everything.
And then you can't really maneuver your way. It's almost like they give you credit, but don't use it. It's not yours. Do not use it. Pay cash for everything. We got to go back to those old days. Pay cash for everything. Don't use your credit. Leave it there for never using it.
There are also other things that they take into consideration, like if you bundle it with your car insurance, for example. If you do a package, then you can get a better deal. No, sometimes that's not possible, because the car insurance has to be with one company and the homeowners with another. But if you can, to bundle the package is much better also for prices. I tell my clients. And if you put an alarm, maybe if you have an alarm that is connected to the central station, that you pay a monthly thing, a bill, then they give you a little bit of a discount with that too. Not much, but it's a little bit.
Nice. Yeah. And I actually tell my clients that same thing, bundle it, because you save a little more money.
It's also better for the clients if they know that all of my insurance are here, that then they will remember, because years are going to pass, and then 10 years from now, you're like, who's my homeowner's insurance bill? Because you don't see that monthly. Car insurance, you see your bill monthly, but homeowners is yearly. So they forget. It's best to have one agency. I hope you can consider my agency. But if not, then wherever you feel comfortable and that you're going to have all of your insurance policies in one place, it's the best.
Yeah, definitely. And now tell us a little bit about being overinsure versus underinsure. I know there's a lot of people out there that may be structured wrong. They may be overinsure or underinsured. Tell us a little what that means.
Okay, so the purpose of insurance is basically to replace what you lost. So sometimes people think that because I have an umbrella policy, which is an additional policy to your homeowners, it's an additional policy to cover just liability losses. So they have $1 million policy there. They think that they will get $1 million if they put a claim through. But
Yeah.
no, the insurance company will do their investigation. Same thing with the house insurance. They will do their investigation. They're gonna pay to replace what you lost, not what you're saying. Not just because I think this is valued at $300,000. They're gonna pay it. So underinsurance is usually because someone buys a policy and they never review it. They never review the policy. So every year it has to be an adjustment. Most companies do it automatically, but others don't. So you have to make sure that you review your policy. If you don't know what you're looking at, then you go to your agent and make sure that it's being adjusted accordingly with the economy, with the year that we're in, because everything changes. Nothing stays the same.
Inflation, labor, all that stuff. You know,
Lumber.
I
I was just looking at the news. Lumber materials have increased 200%.
Yes.
So how is the insurance going to stay the same? Because we have to replace the house. It's going to be more.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Labor 5 years ago, or materials for labor, was a completely different story than nowadays. It just seems like everything went. They printed more money, and everything just went up, up, up. So just, people that have insurance out there, you probably want to make sure your policy is checked on a regular basis.
Yes.
Shop it around, see what benefits are on shopping it around for a client.
I just believe that if you are comfortable with your agent, and if you have a very good insurance company, and this agent answers all of your questions and is there for you, and is also guiding you through any insurance needs that you have, I personally think sometimes you got to pay a little more to have that personalized service. That's what I think. And then with years, if you're with a company for an X amount of years, sometimes they give you a discount as a loyalty discount to keep the same company. But I understand there are some situations that the person thinks that he's paying too much, and he wants to go ahead and start looking into to see if I can get a better deal. So I understand that depending, if you can do the bundle, that's usually what happens. Wherever you have your car insurance, then try to see if you can bundle it together, and that way you save. But otherwise, they mainly, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that.
So it's good to, if you're comfortable with the person that's servicing you, is good to stay with them. Usually they would take care of you and revise your policy once a year. You should call them if you didn't hear from them, though. Call them and say, hey, how you doing? I was just checking on my policy. I guess that would trigger it. Now, what should somebody look for in an agent? Like, what are some of the good things you find in an agent? I know you have to like the person, because if you don't like that's a problem. Every time you call them and they're like, hey, I don't get that. But you have to likability is very important.
Definitely. Sometimes I get referrals from our friends in the real estate business or mortgage business, and it doesn't click because maybe they have an agent already that they feel more comfortable with and they're friends with. But if I can talk to them and I can explain and guide them through the process and answer all the questions, they usually stay. They usually stay because it's not only the price. You need to have someone that is there, that has a location where you can go in case I'm not here. You always have somebody here. That you have a company to back you up that has a 1-800 number where you can call at any time of the day too, at night, and that the company that you're representing is reliable, and you can see the reviews of the agent. Also, sometimes people are doing that for anything, for restaurants, for anything. Now the agents, we also have to do that, and so there's many ways. Usually, it's referred by a friend or a family member or the realtor, and that's the best. You start there. But if you have a good agent is because he is knowledgeable,
Mhm.
experienced,
Mhm.
speaks your language,
Mhm.
has a location, like I said, that you can go in case of an emergency.
Yeah, you don't want to be going to a place that like you go one day, you have a claim and they're not there.
Yes, or buying things online, and then you're talking to new people every day. Every time you
Yes.
call, then there is somebody who, well, I told this person yesterday this and this and that. Imagine,
Yes.
or the person is not licensed, who's online talking to you, and they don't know either, so
Mhm.
they can help you.
Yeah.
So I always say, talk to someone in person, talk to someone on the phone, Zoom, and then you can always get your answers, and they can help you. But
Yeah.
not, not. I think you get the vibe when you talk to somebody. They don't know what they're talking about. I think you kind of know most of the times.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely do.
So that's what I would say. You find someone that you feel comfortable with, and that is experienced.
Yeah, I like to tell my clients that when I refer various people so they could talk, and because it's also a one-on-one relationship you're going to have with this person, so you want to make sure you're comfortable with them, and they explain everything to you. Don't go home with questions. That's the
Exactly.
worst thing you could do. If you have questions, this is your time. You ask. Make sure you're clear about everything that you're paying for. Make sure
Exactly.
you go through the policy and they explain everything. Um, so thank you so much, Lilian. I have for your office, if you want to contact Lilian, is 516-489-6900, or you can email her at Lilian Rodriguez at allstate.com. Yes, she's with Allstate. Lilian, any last tip that you want to give our viewers about insurance?
I just want to say that they have to maintain their property, please.
Yeah.
Don't think that maintenance is covered by insurance.
No,
So
definitely not.
I get a
Definitely.
lot of phone calls. Oh, I have a leak in the bathroom, and I place the claim? No, yeah, no, that doesn't work like that. That's your responsibility.
Yes. Yeah.
So get surrounded by people that know what they're doing with the mortgage, realtors, and insurance, and stick with them. That's usually what works best.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next Retalk TV show. Have
Thank
a
you,
wonderful
Xiomara.
afternoon. Thank you so much for being here with us.
A pleasure.
And now we're going to do the Spanish version, so stay tuned. Thank you.